And welcome back to the Stratosphere Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Dave Vincent alongside broadcast partner David Fink for a Sunday morning doubles big ball final here, Dave, featuring SoCal's finest. We have the young 16-year-old Juan Santos and his father, Goyo Tellez, facing the boxer Rosales and Raul Calvillo here on the main court. The referee is Vic Duran. Sideline judge is Sal Duenas. They're going to play 2 games to 15 and the breaker to 11.
I think, Dave, our fans are going to be awestruck by the level of play and the speed of the game here in the big ball men's pro double finals. There's just really no ball that these guys cannot get to, Dave. These rallies extend to 50 or 60 shots in this blazing heat.
We're watching the teams warm up here.
Both these teams, Dave, winning their semifinal matches at 2 a.m. last night, and now here they are back on the court just 8 hours later.
Actually, make a correction on that. One of the teams played at 7 o'clock this morning. That's how late the courts were running. And city ordinance says that they had to get off the courts last night, so they had to come down early this morning. It was the team of young 16-year-old Juan Santos and his father, who's 50 years old, Goyo Tellez, defeating Sal Duenas this morning and his doubles partner in that early morning semifinal. And just within a couple hours, they're back on the court here to play for the big money and the World Championship title. You are watching the World 3-Wall Ball, Outdoor Handball, and Racquetball plus Paddleball Championships on the floor of the Stratosphere Hotel and Casino's parking lot as we look at that amazing 2,000-foot tall structure that's to our immediate left. There it is. That's the
beautiful view there, Dave. The tower about the same height as the Empire State Building, Dave.
Hey, Sal, watch that line. Javi, he what?
It's a very, very tall structure. In North America, it's the second tallest. And we're sitting here right underneath it. Beautiful night of handball last night after the rains came and caused that 2-hour rain delay. Unfortunately, it really messed up the schedules. People showing up late for their matches. Some didn't get any sleep. Some had to deviate from their normal eating and workout routines in order to come down here and play. And now you see the first serve goes to the father-son team. Goyo Tellez, Juan Santos, 16 years young, is wearing the blue shirt. His father wearing the gray. Father Tellez would be, if you're a 4-wall fan, would be the equivalent of Nadi Alvarado Sr. He's won every major title that you could win in Southern California. He's a legend. And unfortunately for big ball, Dave, is people don't know much about the sport, don't realize just the legendary status that Goyo Tellez has. Made it to the semifinals last year at the age of 49 years young in this event.
0 serving 0.
Love to learn the history. That would make his son, Dave, Nati Alvarado Jr. in comparison.
And get the announcer's curse, and he makes a terrible hand error on the very first hit.
It could very easily, Dave, be 16-year-old Juan Carlos in the singles final later today. He had a huge lead against Boxer, who's now serving in that quarterfinal matchup, Dave, and relinquished it. Actually led 22-13 before losing 25-23, and it was Boxer defeating Samson Hernandez to advance to the final. We'll be seeing that final, Dave, a little bit later today, but today it's the men's big ball final.
Point.
Doubles.
Raul Calvillo is serving, wearing the white shirt. His doubles partner is the boxer, Gilberto Rosales, as Goyo Tellez sends that one to the stratosphere, or into the stratosphere, I should say.
3 serving 0.
3 serve 0. This is the men's big ball doubles final.
Slow start thus far, Dave, for the father-son duo.
Over ball.
You see a lot of avoidables, Dave, in big ball handball, and I was just talking to a couple of big ball veterans And they were urging me, Dave, to teach these guys
3 serving
what
0.
the avoidable is. They said, you know, it'll just make the game so much better if these guys have a better understanding of the rules. And we've seen it a lot, Dave. And what happens on these short wall, 3-wall courts is guys
0
run
serving
all
3.
the way over to the left sideline to take the ball with their right hand. And as soon as they hit, they cross right back across the line of the ball to get back to the middle of the court. But that's an avoidable hinder, Dave.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's never called. We've seen it virtually every rally here
0
in this
serving
match.
3.
Players jockeying to get themselves back to the middle of the court because they're so far removed from good court positioning.
Well, that's all part of the process. We are introducing our fans of the live webcast and the broadcast that we provide, this unique
1
style
serving 3.
of game, and we're also introducing that type of game to the players too, who are trying to learn that it's a lot of things on TV are different than the way you do it back home. It's been a process, that's all I can say.
And what it would do, Dave, would just improve these guys' games because these guys don't have to use their left hands as much because they're running themselves into the left side wall to use their right and then knowing they can just sprint right back to the middle of the court. This would force them to hit with their left hands, Dave. You'd see a product that was
1.
exponentially better. Guys with 2 great hands instead of 1 amazing hand and 1 decent hand.
It's
4
called
serving 1.
4 serves 1. Here's boxer serving. It's called dirt, hole, seed, water, sun. Right now we're at the dirt level and just now sticking a hole in it. Sometimes it gets a little dirty when you're trying to make change. That's all I'm saying. And you're right, you know, I mean, there's some rules that need to be
4-serving
modified, and we also need to change our stance. And you can see how boxer is standing in the server's box with his feet out of the server's box, and you and I look over there and say, well, that's a foot fault. And you see a lot of players.
1-serving
Yesterday
4.
we saw a player on the left wall standing off the court, kind of like that one wall doubles rule. And they didn't correct him. They just allowed him to play that way. So that's, you know, after the match was over, we explained a little bit, we don't play that way here.
And a lot of people, Dave, would say, well, it doesn't really impact the game. Well, why not play with 2 bounces?
1 serving 4.
Why not kick the ball when it's low?
Why not?
There's rules, and you know, that's part of the game.
Yeah, well, there's rules like showing up on time and getting forfeited out of matches too. Those are sometimes subjective rules.
For those of you wondering why you didn't get to see the women's small ball singles final this morning, it's because the women were just over an hour late, Dave, and they've been relegated and fined and sent to the back court.
And worst off, young
2
Eddie
serving 4.
Cannell is their referee, which is the biggest penalty of
2
all.
serving 4.
You think I'm joking?
No, I don't. I actually watched him ref a few points there, Dave. And right now, Dave, it's Tellez, the legend, who's not looking sharp
4
right now.
serving 2.
Well, Boxer Rosales is one of the hardest hitters in the sport of big ball. He has an undeveloped left hand, though, but his right is tremendous. So he pushes those balls into the aging veteran. Look at that shot right there from Goyo as he goes down and gets the half out. But the boxer hits the ball so hard. He's wearing the red shirt for those of you back home keeping score. Here's a replay provided by Tucson Rolling Shutters.
4 serving 2.
There's that dive re-kill. Back into action here, 4-2. Watch his power here. Bam! Let's see how hard he hits that ball. It's very rarely do you see an anchor that's 16 years old. But that's exactly what you see here, Dave. 16-year-old kid is the anchor of his team, and they're in the finals of the big ball doubles.
16, Dave, is
5-serving 2.
generally the age that a son will start taking over athletically from his dad.
That didn't happen in your family, but out here,
You're right, it happened when I was
Watch out.
11.
that was good that the chair was moved from our broadcast booth. That came right up into our kitchen here. And by kitchen, we really do have a kitchen when I'm in the booth.
2 serving 5.
It's a non-stop buffet, sugar-filled sweets and fried foods. And that could have been an avoidable there on Boxer as he backed right into the shot.
I had the ultimate fried food last night. Appetizer when I got back. Room service, of course.
2 serving
Courtesy
5.
of Rick Hatcher. Courtesy of the WPH. It was a potato, as we watch this rally here. I know you're a vegetarian, so you'll like this. That was a strange play there in that corner. But it was a deep fried potato with batter around the potato.
3 serving
The
5.
potato was injected with some kind of cream cheese, and then it was drizzled with chili and 6 cheeses. That was an appetizer. I ate that for dessert, actually, after the cheesecake.
And after the
3
6
serving
cookies
5.
and 3 brownies I brought you from the buffet.
They didn't last long. That was a sidewall serve, and that's an automatic side out. The score here is 5-3 with Boxer and Calvillo
5 serving 3.
leading in the first game, 2-15, tiebreaker to 11. You're hearing the voice of Dave Fink, perennial top 6 pro, but after this tournament, might have lost a couple points.
Actually, not so much. Made it to the quarterfinals, which is where I always make it.
6
Maintaining my
serving 3.
ranking,
You have the whole formula figured out, too.
particularly since I actually calculate the rankings.
7 serving 3.
I was never going to go public with that. 7 serves 3.
Well, this isn't really public, so.
See that power right there from the Boxer? Doesn't look like it from our camera angle that ball's going that fast, but it really is.
8 serving 3.
8 serves 3.
You see the shadows, Dave, coming in on the front quadrant of the court, very similar to
Watch out.
Out.
Ball's out.
World Series games that start on the West Coast, Dave, around 5 o'clock Pacific time. When you see the pitchers throwing from the
9
shadow
serving
into the
3.
sun, it can be very difficult for players to pick up the ball. A lot of times, Dave, you don't see it until the last second. Kind of like when you're at the buffet, Dave, and you think you've seen all the various cakes and
10
pies,
serving
and then you
3.
turn the corner and there's another
Yeah, it's frustrating.
couple of dozen.
It's frustrating because I only have 2 arms. And you know me, I don't like to get up from the table very often. I like to do it all in one trip. If I had 3 arms, I'd be
11
100
serving
pounds
3.
heavier. 11 serves 3.
This has been a complete domination here, Dave, from Team Boxer, and now you see a
12
little bit
serving
of
3.
unrest from the father-son team. The dynamic, Dave, playing with your dad, very difficult. It can turn sour quickly.
Or as we
12
call it,
serving 3.
the Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh movement.
Three serving 12.
3 serves 12.
If we held a father-son doubles tournament, Dave, I think we'd see a lot of orphans after the event.
I like that shot right there. Roberto does not have a good left hand, and if they can pick on that, they have an opportunity to get some side outs and some points.
And Tellez, Dave, just unable to get on track here
3 serving 12.
in this first game. He's made a lot of errors and very few winners. And there's a big setup and missed.
You see, that's one of those weird rules where Santos kind of
4
moves into a
serving
shot
12.
just a little bit. Tries to squeeze out that angle.
Like that return. And there's a beautiful shot there from Tellez. You can see, Dave, the limber and agility from the 49-year-old, bending
5 serving 12.
nearly parallel with the floor there. Textbook shot. And
wow.
another textbook shot, Dave.
Just did that with ease. Now we're
Timeout.
at 6-12, and a timeout is called. You're watching the World 3-Wall Ball Outdoor Handball and Racquetball Championships live from the Stratosphere Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Dave Vincent alongside Dave Fink. You're watching the men's doubles
12-5.
finals between 16-year-old Juan Santos
Raúl.
and his father-son team, dad, Goyo Tellez, and Calvillo and the Boxer. There's been a lot of Cinderella-type stories here this week, and I'd like for you to talk about that just a little bit. First of all, Shorty Ruiz taking down Sean Lenning in the small ball finals. And then if we want to dip a little bit further, Nadi Alvarado Jr. and John Bike in the pro small ball finals.
It was not a good day yesterday for #1 seeds, or this entire week, as a matter of fact, Dave. Dave Chapman losing in all 3 divisions he played. He was the #1 seed in all 3 divisions and only made it to the finals of the pro mixed doubles, where he lost, and also lost in the singles and men's doubles. And it was Samson Hernandez, the #1 seed, Dave, in the men's big ball singles and men's big ball doubles, flaming out well before the finals in both events.
And then another one was Ricky Ruiz, who was the finalist of both the singles and the doubles last year. He got bounced in both his small ball and big ball singles yesterday. Not a good tournament for him.
That was actually on day 2. Dave didn't even make it to the weekend. Sal Duenas, the #3 seed in the big ball, was out in the 2nd round. He was last year's semifinalist.
But we saw a great showing from Wally Amaro, as well as Pee Wee Castro, who had one heck of a great tournament.
And let's not forget, Dave, the women's side, where we saw Bidigan actually announce herself.
Did that on purpose.
On the world stage, defeating Jen Hinman, and then nearly defeating Tracy Davis in a 25-15 loss that was really much closer than the score indicates. Bailey Chandler, Dave, also showing that she's got the game to play with any of these women. Nearly beat Tracy Davis and Sandy Ing last night by herself, 2-on-1 in doubles, as her partner was completely spent.
Look at that get right there from the young 16-year-old. Here's his father, goes down with a left-handed fist. Dad takes it again, and there's a miss hit.
Just a terrible left-handed shot from Tellez. Left the ball up, and it was Boxer pounding it right back down
14 serving 6
at Tellez's feet.
Here's game point.
And a nice serve. Looked like it could have been out, Dave, and that's a beautiful touch shot from Tellez. You can see where Juan Carlos
14
learned that amazing touch that he has, Dave.
So when you say Juan Carlos, are you talking about the guy from Colombia, or are you talking about Juan Santos, the actual player? And look at that shot right there, the left-handed kill from the Boxer. Is that the new nickname? You're calling him Juan Carlos?
Well, he reminds me of Juan Carlos, the great soccer player.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's where the nickname originated.
Well, you're watching the 3-wall ball outdoor world handball championships here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and that rollout flat from Gilberto the Boxer Rosales. We are going to take a very quick time out. Stick around for more action for Dave Fink. My name is Dave Vincent here at racefor8.com.
What did you think about the courts and all the courts this weekend? How have they played?
Well, I think these courts, they're awesome. They're awesome courts. I like the bounce, everything. I have no complaints about them. You know, it's real nice course to play around in, you know. Ball hits, you know, good, you know. It may have this bad bounce here and there, but, you know, it goes for everybody, you know. But real good courts. I like them, you know. I wouldn't mind playing these kind of courts anytime. Pretty nice courts. I have nothing bad to say about them.
All right, I saw that you had a ton of people here and fans and people cheering you on. What is your thoughts about the vibe and the feeling of the event, not just for your match, but over the whole weekend so far?
Oh, okay, yeah, that is my crowd. If I have my crowd behind me, I'll never give up. You know, as long as the crowd keeps screaming, I'm pushing and pushing and pushing. That's my motivation there, my crowd. I gotta have my people around me, you know. If I have them, I have no chance, you know, I have a chance of winning this thing. I have, you know.
That's Shorty Ruiz as we get right back into game number 2. Shorty, the Cinderella story, winning the small ball men's singles finals last night over Sean Lenning, and that is some of the words that he had to say right out in front of the Stratosphere.
Shorty, just such a likable champion, Dave. He's so humble, so personable. Nice shot there from Tellez. And this is where, Dave, playing a best 2 out of 3 match really benefits the father-son team. They got off to a terrible start there in that first game. And this is a chance for them to reset, scoring 1 point. And
1 serving 0.
1 serve 0.
serving 0.
There's a nice rally right here. Santos taking that ball down to the right side. Everything's playing up front right here, Dave. That's why you see a lot of avoidables. Look at all that congestion.
Nice left there from
Now
Juan
we're going back.
Santos.
Now we're
That'll
going back.
stay in.
The play kind of moved back toward the baseline for a second there. Now they're playing about the short line. Up front, Gilberto dives in, so does Goyo. Look at that get right there from young Santos. Back to the corner, and the play is back reset again. Back to the corner. And another dive. And the ball hits Santos, and that's what ended that amazing rally here on the show court.
Absolutely incredible handball right there. It looked like the point was over 6 times, Dave. These players flying all over the court, all 4 of them hitting the deck at least once in that incredible front court rally. 53 shots in that rally, Dave.
Second. Yeah.
Thank you to Trisha Fink, who is keeping the stats this week, Dave. Doing a nice job.
2-0.
Score is 2-0. And a timeout here. First game goes to the boxer and Raul Calvillo. You're watching the World 3-Wall Ball Outdoor Handball Championships. This is a quick timeout, and frankly, I don't blame anybody for taking one. Not after that amazing rally that we saw right there. World 3-Wall Ball Outdoor live webcast provided by First Star Sports, where you can up your game and dress just like the pros.
0 serving 2.
Now we're back into play here, and there's a quick point for the boxer.
The last rally, Dave, 53 shots. That rally just 1.
1 serving 2.
And look at Tellez missed the easiest shot that you could really ever hit. He was literally 1 foot from the front wall right there,
2
Dave.
serving 2. Serving 2. Ball in court. Two serving 2.
Score is 2-2. This is the men's final of the Big Ball Pro Doubles.
Over.
So many great matchups out here today, Dave. We've got a couple more finals coming your
2
way.
serving 2.
The women, unfortunately, Dave, not on the show court. They're playing on one of the backcourts right now. It's Tracy Davis and Sandy Ng locked in a battle.
2 serving 2.
Score is 2-2.
The women, Dave, had some sleeping malfunctions. And by that, I mean skip their alarm clocks and
serving
their
2.
wake-up calls.
And they got fined by the rules committee. That fine is not
3 serving 2.
necessarily defined at this moment. 3 serves 2 is what they say. Scoreboard says 3, but I'm with the scoreboard on this one. Look at that beautiful shot right there from Boxer.
Boxer has enough power, Dave, to hit the front
2-7-3.
wall, side wall, and keep the ball down. You really have to be able to compress the ball to be able to hit that side wall and keep it down.
Look how hard Boxer hits that ball.
Boxer with a skinny V pass.
3-7-3.
Haven't seen that play in big ball, Dave. A great shot there from Boxer. Now it's Boxer dominating the action here early in game number 2.
Four serving 3.
4 serves 3.
And there's that avoidable right there, Dave.
But he did hit it with his left hand.
Ball. 5 serving 3.
5 serves 3.
Six serving 3.
Now it's 6-3.
And there's another ball hit way over the front wall by Tellez. That's his 4th already in this match, Dave.
That's going to cost him
7 serving 3.
$5.25. We're going to make the players pay for their balls here. I kid. We'll give him wholesale pricing though, so we'll bring that down to $3.75. 7 serves 3.
Ball in.
Always looking to make a buck.
Didn't really take the hook there.
7 serving 3. Eight serving 3.
8 serves 3.
Boxer, Dave, dominating this event.
9 serving 3.
He's dominated the singles thus far, and really he and his partner, Calvillo, have yet to be challenged here in the doubles. They
3 serving 9.
beat Shorty Ruiz and Pee Wee Castro badly last night, Dave, at around 2:30 in the morning. And they've come out here today and taken the father-son duo to the woodshed as well.
3 serving 9.
3 serves 9.
Nice serve there.
We have the men's pro small ball doubles coming up next. And you won't believe who's in the finals.
4 serving 9.
The touch shot, depth kill shots, Dave, not as effective in doubles with the big ball. You always have one player camped up in the front court. It's really those power drives, Dave, power passes and
9 serving 4.
power spikes right at the feet of your opponents that win the most points. And there's Tellez with a nice get.
Good ball. 9 serving 4.
9 serves 4.
A ref calling a good ball there. That was so close, Dave. That ball was hit so hard by Boxer that it looked like it even popped up despite being hit about an inch high.
Good ball. Four serving 9.
4 serves 9.
4 serving 9.
That was an obvious skip ball there, Dave. And that was 2 calls that went against Team Boxer consecutively.
Look at that get right there from the kid.
Four serving 9.
Now, Dave,
5 serving 9.
following 2 calls that should have been appealed.
Now we're at 5-9.
Very easily be 11-4 with Boxer still serving. Look at that get. And he gets out of the way.
There was no avoidable there, Dave. Boy, you have to be impressed with, oh, that's a terrible mistake from Goyo. And now Boxer's going to get put in that huge right thunderbolt of his.
And Boxer showing a little bit of touch there.
Over ball.
And
Oh, they're
now
gonna-
another call that goes against
Oh.
Calvillo and Boxer.
Listen for
5
the score.
serving 9.
5 serves
Incredible, Dave.
9. I don't know if it went against him. I mean, he was in his way, Dave.
I don't think he had any play on that ball.
Oh, there's a kill shot right there from Goyo.
6-9. Who's up? Raul. 6 serving 9.
Six serves 9.
And Tellez comes up short there, Dave. Pretty simple left-hand kill shot there that he misses.
9 serving 6.
That was a double bounce picked up by
Point.
Juan Santos.
10 serving 6.
10 serves 6.
Great shot from Boxer.
Eleven serving 6.
Carlos Ramirez, tournament athlete. Carlos Ramirez, tournament athlete.
Calvillo, Dave, the steady rock here
Timeout.
on this team, really hasn't made any mistakes. We're not saying his name much, Dave, but he's kept a lot of rallies alive. He's really the quintessential right side player.
You're watching the World 3-Wall Ball Outdoor Handball and Racquetball Championships. This is the men's pro big ball doubles finals. Courtside, Stratosphere Hotel and Casino. The voices you're hearing, Dave Fink and yours truly, Dave Vincent. We have our sideline reporter, Miss O, who will be with the microphone here very shortly. We have the Nadi Alvarado John Bike, Eddie Chapa, Shorty Ruiz small ball doubles final match coming up right around the corner. And since Shorty is kind of a legend out here and has made more legend status since he started this tournament, he has an entourage, a crowd that will follow him around. And I expect the crowd to just fill up the stands here and get very vocal. I don't know how that is going to affect Nadi Alvarado Jr., who does not like it when fans start chirping, whether it's good or bad.
Nadi Alvarado also brings his own crowd, and to your point regarding the chirping, Dave, his sister is known to do some chirping. I don't know if you've ever been within 10 miles of a Nadi Alvarado Jr. or John Bike match, but you will hear her. She's one of the loudest fans in all of sport. She's as fanatical as the Raider fans, Dave, that paint their faces with spikes in their hair. She only paints her face, though. Does not spike her hair.
So she's a half fan.
53.
What she lacks in
11 serving 6.
the spike, she makes up for in decibel level.
11-7. 11-6, excuse me, is a score here. Nice shot right
That's a
there.
beautiful shot there. Juan
Point.
Santos a little bit slow moving up to that ball. We will catch a post-game interview with the
76.
lovely Miss O and the winning team here, center court. And it looks like we're not too far from that interview, Dave.
Maybe just a couple points.
Six serving 12.
6 serves 12. That microphone is live. Okay. And now it's 7-12. You're watching the World 3-Wall Ball Outdoor
7 serving 12.
Handball Championships, provided to you by First Star Sports, where you can up your game. And another point there for the young 16-year-old. First Star Sports at
8 serving 12.
firststarsports.com/WPH. You can put clothes on and look just like the pros. Unfortunate long ball right there from young Santos.
8 serving 12.
8 serves 12. And Raul Calvillo hits that ball right into the ground. He had an open lane right down the right wall.
Nine serving 12.
9 serves 12. Now you're seeing the father-son team starting to edge back here just a little bit. Watch the power from the boxer. This ball's going to go down the lane, and Dad isn't there enough in time to get that ball.
12 serving 9.
Score is 12-9. Ball just in, right on the line. Gosh, that power from the boxer is just so evident out here.
Nice shot there. Boxer, just a beautiful shot there.
Thirteen serving 9.
13 serves 9. Wait,
Ball in.
there's a ball that trickled on the
13
court.
serving 9.
13 serves 9.
Point.
And now we're at match point, Dave. Boxer halfway to the slam. Should he win this
14 serving 9.
championship point?
Miss O will be right on the court after the final point. That ball looked like it went out, and I believe that is game.
Out.
And the championship going to Gilberto, the boxer Rosales, and his partner Raul Calvillo, winning the WPH Big Ball Championship out here in doubles. And let's go courtside
Good
with
job.
Miss
Can I have a
O.
word with you? You and your father here? Was he want to speak to?
Miss O is
I'd like
not
to
on
get
her
him in
game
the
already
action,
this
but
morning,
let
but
me just talk to
she
you,
is
okay?
courtside.
Thanks, Dave. I'm here with Boxer. And how's it feel to play on like a father-son team here? What does that mean to you?
No, we know it just means you're beating one of the best that made it all the way to the finals, and that guy he has a lot of experience, a lot of game, a lot of years.
Oh, what did you guys do to prepare for this game?
Well, we just been trying, not to be drinking or nothing, because all our friends are drinking. I wanted to drink, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. So we've been taking care of ourselves.
You got a good head on you, Boxer. And what does this world title mean to you now?
I don't know. I guess we're going home now, and you probably have more respect or something.
Yeah. Well, congratulations and good luck to you. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you very much. That's Miss O talking to the boxer. And, I guess it does mean a little bit. Come back home, we got a little bit more respect, a little bit more swagger. And what that does for you, and as you know, I know you've never won a tournament before, but I'm sure you've imagined this. You come back home and all of a sudden people start looking at you as more difficult to play now, because it kind of works into their psyche. He can go back home now, and he's either going to have a target on his back, which means more competitive play, which will also increase his level of play, or he can use that to his advantage in crunch time when players say, I'm playing a legend, I'm playing a world champion. So both things can happen for you, and now he gets to experience that luxury of being in that position.
What it does, Dave, is give him something that you and I have never had, which is street cred.
Actually, I've never had a check handed to me with any numbers on it from an organization that had the word handball in it. So that also gives him a little bit of that, and he's going to get a nice, healthy paycheck here from the World Players of Handball. You're watching the 3-Wall Ball Outdoor World Handball Championships. Up next is going to be Nate Alvarado, 38-year-old Nate Alvarado, and 45-year-old John Bike in the finals of the small ball doubles. They're facing Eddie Chapa and Shorty Ruiz, who has had Dave a amazing Cinderella run here in Vegas. And Shorty is going to bring along with him about 200 people that are going to be cheering his name. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back in just a few minutes for Dave Fink, Chris Grad, Linda Manning, and Omar Lemus, as well as Miss O. My name is Dave Vincent. We'll be back. More action coming up in just a bit at racefor8.com.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
Ahern Rentals is the largest independently owned and operated rental business in the United States. We are proud to maintain outstanding working relationships with over 100 manufacturers, including JLG, Skyjack, Genie, Kubota, Multiquip, Honda, and many more. From coast to coast, Ahern Rentals is here to service your equipment rental needs. For a complete list of locations near you, please visit us at www.ahern.com or call 1-800-400-1610.